Before then, a couple of words on this day. Day is the Passover, the day that represents our exile or our leaving from the land of Egypt after being there for over 400 years.
Or even being there, period.
Yeah.
In recent times.
We left Egypt because we were slaves in Egypt.
Get Duop.
And everything that's on the table represents or is symbolical to what we went through in the land of Egypt. Similar to what the exile that y'all did from Sudan under almost the same circumstances. Nowadays it's worse, but still same meaning. This right here, can I get some
No,
salt?
you're going to be sleepwalking already.
Salt? Okay.
This is right here match my dress.
What's the matter?
Let me see. You go south it?
Wait. Yeah. Are you, what you doing?
Who calls on this thing? What's that?
Okay. This is a little salt water.
Oh. What you do with the salt water?
This is bitter. It's not sweet. This have a bitter taste.
That ain't a bitter
herb. No, this not the bitter herb, but it is bitter. Like, no, it's not hot. Not bitter, but we dip it in the salt water to remind us of the sweat and tears.
And so we got better herb for that.
No, the bitter herb is.
He gonna explain.
He gonna explain.
Let's proceed.
Please. Slowly, come on. This represents the sweat and tears that we shedded in our days of bondage in Egypt. So if everyone take it, dip it if they want to in salt water just to remind them of the sweat and tears because we did work hard. And cry. It's not the sweetest thing, so y'all can understand.
Oh, really?
No, kind of like you eat it.
Salty.
I ain't no question.
I like this. The egg salt.
And where's the sweet corrosive?
This is it.
No, that's not it.
What?
Sweet corrosive?
No, this ain't sweet. This is the bitter herb. This is the bitter herb. That's the sweet corrosive right there. Yeah, we're gonna do the sweet corrosive next. So everybody take a piece.
Everybody take.
You gotta eat it.
Take a nice healthy piece.
You gotta eat it. Are you eating it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nice glass. Is that it? I know we're passing around the bitter herbs.
That's the thing I'm for.
As everybody knows, this is very hot.
You're not just gonna cut these this big.
It's not.
It's a part of the meal. Y'all gotta get a big piece. Should I tell everybody last time?
What?
It's not something that we eat in our daily meals or everyday thing.
Oh.
No, what's up?
Okay.
Last year, Duop was
Usually,
crazy.
when we eat this, it automatically does something to you. It's hot, it's nasty, you don't like it. No reason why would you eat it every day or in any meal. But this, in my interpretation, it reminds, or should remind us of also the hot days, the hard work, the bitterness of slavery. Swallowing this is not as hard as swallowing the fact that you was a slave. Everybody's going to taste it and suffer a little bit. And this should remind us that we never want to get in this situation. We always want a sweet life, to even in your mouth, to your soul, everything. So, I hope everybody right now, we're going to eat this and let it remind us of the hard days and the bitterness that never returned on us and made better days, you see. This is slavery. This is slavery.
Mommy, that's really that hot to you?
Yeah, it's hot. It hurts. It brings tears to your eyes. This is what we felt.
Didn't taste that hot to me.
Wow. Whoa. The taste of slavery.
They had olives back in the day. I had to back that up for a piece of olive.
What you mean they didn't have olives back in the day? Olives?
That's some serious business.
Olives? Did you taste some?
It burned my heart.
Crumb?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Is it good?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Is it good, Duop?
The matzah. The matzah.
Duop has to wash his down with some of the terush. It's quite bitter.
It's so tough, but Duop is gonna be alright.
There's only one explanation and one reason.
Why you like to pass it to everybody? Just
Well,
pass it
no,
to
that's not.
I'm passing to you.
The only reason.
Duop, take us.
I'm gonna get this.
There's some juice to wash it down. Take it to the store.
Actually, I kind of like horseradish, but I mean, it is kind of bitter when you first put it. It's hard.
It's hard to swallow.
Yeah.
It's a hard reality. That's what I was trying to say. It's a hard reality to swallow.
Yeah.
Bitter herb.
Give me one pass.
And slavery, bondage.
What's this supposed to be?
Not
The
just
bread of
bondage.
haste?
Okay.
Okay.
Any unfair circumstances that people are living in nowadays in this world, let that remind us of how much better our life is right now, and the place right now as we talking, because some people have it a whole lot worse. And may that bitter herb remind us that we are okay right now, and always remind us of our past. This, this is the bread of haste. This is the matzah. The only reason why we eat this every Passover is because it reminds us how quick we had to get up and get out of Egypt. We had no time to wait until the dough rise. We don't have a day to. We didn't have time for people to go, let me go say goodbye to this, say goodbye to that. We was in a rush, and this reminds us that how much in a rush that we had. A journey for, we had no idea how long it's going to take, but we had to take something. This is the bread of haste to remind us how fast we left us out of Egypt, and it's also a commandment to continue this throughout our generations forever, to remind us the matzah.
Bread of bondage. I mean,
almost the bread of freedom. We have to leave out.
Yeah.
No sweet or roasted.
The sweet stuff. Okay, how do we do the sweet stuff?
Bread of bondage. No, that's the soup bowl. Don't put it in the soup bowl.
No, it's okay. Is there any more soap balls?
Not, I mean, not a lot.
I just want to pass that around so I just take a spoon over.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. After this would be,
how much you eating?
that could be dessert afterwards, y'all, because it's delicious.
Okay.
And then, no, this ain't the part of
chow down on it.
No.
What we're doing is,
We just taste it with your soup spoon.
Pass this around, please.
Get some out with your spoon. You got a spoon and a fork next to you. And put some in your... After he explained. Did you explain yet?
Not yet. This is the sweet... This reminds us, or it don't even reminds us, it tells us you're going to taste it. Sweetness of freedom. We tasted bondage.
You still going through the bondage over there?
No. We tasted bondage. And it was bitter. It was lo naim. Hard to swallow. A hard reality. This is something else. This is how we felt when we got to the promised land. And everything is much better. Now, I'm not trying to put anybody on point, but on spot. But this, because I was never a slave, and I really haven't identified with anything so horrible in my life. But if anyone have been through situations and places where getting here to this land is as sweet as this, then today is their day. More than it is for me. Taste of freedom.
Time to eat it.
The rest of our life taste, look, feel just like this.
The taste of freedom.
I believe any blessed situation wherein Yah has blessed you and you've come up out of a worse situation to a better situation is a step towards the freedom that you're talking about, because there's many people all over the world celebrating this particular holy day right now that keep the Hebrew and the Jewish faith. They're not here in Israel, but they believe that if they've gone to a better situation from a bad situation, that they've reached a sort of promised land. Everybody's promised land is different. Some people actually go to a different land and feel like they're in the promised land. Some people just get to a better situation in life, which is kind of more universal. Because you might get to this particular physical, geographical location and get disappointed. Because, you know, sometimes the political situation here is not as favorable towards the spiritual significance that we would want it to be. So it might not be everybody's promised land in the political sense. But if you can just get to a spiritual point where you feel more at peace, where you're in a better situation, you know, you feel more confident, or you feel more secure on what you know, what your path in life is now, then you're in the promised land there.
All right.
Amen.
Amen.
Are we finished?
We can eat. We do green every other land.
Now we are about to get down with the grub.
But they are gone.
The camera's gonna go off now.
Yes, the camera's gonna go off.